Oh man, we have a lot of stuff to talk in today's video about. So happy Monday, firstly and foremost, and it's time for a new vlog. If you enjoyed today's episode, definitely smash the like button. Oh man, it's going to be a GP kind of day. We're going to be talking about GP. We're going to be talking about old school RuneScape. We're going to be talking about some blood runes and rune crafting, not to mention some other wild stuff. So, before you probably start listening or watching, is that even a word? I don't think so, but let's go ahead and say it is. Watching, grab some water, grab some coffee, whatever you need. Pause this video and water. Cheers. Oh, it's going to be a hot one, baby. Welcome if you are new. I tend to put out videos on this YouTube channel Monday through Saturday. This past Saturday was actually relatively busy, playing some golfing holes, and had to upload the video on Sunday, fun day, yesterday. But otherwise, you get a wide range of content if you do stick around. If you want to follow me further, you can definitely check out my social media. Links are down below. My Discord server, if you do choose to come on entirely free, you have to interact with a bot in the processing channel. You have to pick your own role, so definitely understand that. And the reason being is because I have to make sure that you are not a bot. You have to interact with the bot to make sure that you're not a bot. I've been having some issues with spammers, bots, and stuff like that, so got to go through a processing area. But yeah, rune crafting is going utterly, pretty remarkably. I'm still getting kind of the hang of it, like, in a way, because there have been times where, like for example, last night I was actually watching, Land of the Dead, George A. Romero, Land of the Dead, one of the most, like, forgotten, like, the Dead series by him, pretty much. Phenomenal movie, highly recommended to any zombie fan out there. Land of the Dead, friggin' amazing. But the thing about it is that I was laying in bed. I had my laptop on my lap, and my TV is mounted on my wall, pretty much over my laptop. And I keep forgetting to basically pretty much go and get a second inventory of dense essence blocks. If you've done Blood Moons at Zia, you probably know what I'm talking about. So I'm still kind of really getting the hang of it, per se. Otherwise, this is so much more easier than doing Astral Runes. It is so much more AFKable than Zia. I'm friggin' at Zia. So much more AFKable than Guardians of the Rift. Overall, this is really not bad. Now, is it really good money, per se? Well, since I have the robe set of the Eye of the Rift, which I highly recommend anyone that's going to be doing runecrafting to 99, go ahead and get your, it sucks, but Guardians of the Rift does make you GP. I ended up making, I believe, like 18 mil from Guardians of the Rift or something, 15, 18 mil. Not terrible, to be perfectly honest. So you do make GP. But the 60% more runes, it is where it is, it's where it's at. I'm definitely noticing the big difference, and yeah, I mean, overall, this is actually pretty chill, not gonna lie. Now, XP wise, I'm not really getting a lot of XP, and I'm probably going to be, like, averaging anywhere between maybe 100 to maybe 150k, like, per day. You may think that doesn't, like, that's not a lot. Firstly, I don't play this game as much as I used to, so you're talking about maybe 3-4 hours doing rune crafting. Now that I can AFK a little bit, maybe I can actually squeeze in, like, a couple more hours, like I did for sailing. Sailing was so AFKable. I was able to do like 7, 8, maybe 9 hours per day, because I could just do so much other shit on my computer. It's not even funny. So doing Blood Moons, it does add the AFKableness, back into it. But still, I'm not getting juicy XP like I would anywhere else. But still shooting for hopefully beginning of September here. which would be absolutely amazing to get 99 rune crafting, then be on my way to finishing Slayer basically for my max cape, which is going to be even more crazier. But anyways, onward to the main topic of today's video. Pretty much beyond Mash Castack, which is utterly crazy to actually think about it. So this is going to be a fun episode here, right? First and foremost, before I forget, if you want more content of me, like I said, check out my social media. My main YouTube channel is Nightmare RH. And if you want even different kind of content, I don't really advertise this a lot. I actually do have a stock channel, which I'm not gonna lie, not a lot of people really check out these videos here because let's face reality. The stock market is very not popular, but I am doing a public account profile challenge, which is taking off running. And when I do actually get to my account challenge, I will actually be buying $2,000 worth of bonds, OSRS bonds. I think that's like 2.8 bill, and going to be doing a drop party on OSRS. For pretty much anyone out there, even the fucking haters. Yeah, you can thank me, Mr. Haters. I do love the haters. I have love for all people, even the haters. But still, yeah, so definitely check out that. That link is down below too. Very unpopular, but I will say this. A lot of good stuff in the world is actually happening right now. There was a peace deal finally that just got signed in the Middle East. So let's go ahead and pray and hope for good vibes all around, that there's going to be hopefully no more conflicts, right? So that's definitely going to send pretty much the stock market soaring. The crazy thing about it is that typically when the stock market, the US stock market or the major indexes do fairly well, a lot of very weird items on RuneScape does very well too. I'm still waiting for my blue party hat on RuneScape 3 to pretty much take off running. It's pretty, and if you think that I'm blowing smoke up my ass or blowing smoke out of my ass per se, do your own due diligence and fact check me. When the overall global economy does fairly well, typically a lot of very weird, like obviously cryptocurrency right now is in the dog pooper. But when that's going to be recovering, that's just going to be even more of a boost higher. When things are really well, like tangible items are actually doing very well, it tends to really affect like very quirky digital items very much on RuneScape. So we very well could be seeing items coming out of this slump on this game. Obviously, Jagex could very much do an update and very much kill a lot of items, but I don't know, man. There's a lot of very weird things that do happen off RuneScape and on RuneScape, and this is going to be pretty interesting. Now, something that did happening was when RuneScape 3, because if you are unaware on RuneScape 3, there is no more max cash stack. I have a couple RuneScape tattoos. I'm probably going to be getting another RuneScape tattoo in the near future. And what would I get it of? I would probably get it of the max, the max cash stack coins, which is very iconic. 2.17 billion GP. 2.147. I just said that wrong. 2.147 billion GP. It's a very iconic and very popular number on this game because there's been so many times where people have just really said, I want to get to 2.147 billion GP. And I remember when my bank actually hit that in value many years ago. I think it was 2000 and late 2009, 2010-ish in a way. Tomorrow's video on the main channel, I'll be talking more about this. But pretty much, this is huge. Now, when RuneScape 3 pretty much removed its max cash stack, you saw a lot of items. It was a It was a tear to the upside like you can't even imagine. It was a bum ba bum ba bum bum bum. So, for anyone out there that has really bought a lot of various items on OSRS, like for example, 2024, early 2024, the U.S. stock market was kind of very much on the lower side of things. It was pretty much stagnated. Well, back during that time period, you could buy a scythe. I believe a scythe back during that time period. Hold on, let me go ahead and pull OSRS Virtus Scythe Virtus. Was it 2024 that the scythe was like 300 and something mil? I think I was actually very much looking at it during that time period. I did not buy one, of course. I wish I did. Hold on one second. Hold on. Where is this thing? Why is this not popping up here? Scythe of You know, OSRS is very much... here we go. Uncharged. That's the reason why. I gotta click on the friggin' uncharged one here. Okay, so we go ahead and look at this. ...2023... Actually, nope, I kind of lied. 2024, it started to really much move higher. But at the same time... we could very much see a lot of these items either go one or two directions here. So if max cash, if max cash stack pretty much being removed causes items to very much crash, well, I'm very glad that I have about 900 mil cash on OSRS, baby. Oh, yes! Hypothetically, if the Virtus Scythe goes back to, let's say... I don't know, call it a little crazy of a number, but let's say a Virtus Scythe goes to 500 mil, I am gonna be friggin' buying one like a snap of a fingers, baby. Oh yeah, buying one like right away. I'm gonna be taking advantage of it. Now hypothetically, if the Scythe, were to go to 2 billion GP and plus, well, shiver my timbers, I'm probably never going to own one. And for those of you out there that do have one, congratulations. It's either going to go in one or two directions, right? But let's go ahead and look at this article here. So, the Grand Exchange has been fundamentally old school RuneScape economy for over a decade. Well, I mean, theoretically, the Grand Exchange, yes, but on OSRS, that's very true. Obviously, this is just talking about OSRS. This is not talking about all of RuneScape as a whole. Stocking up on supplies for Boss's Trip, blah, blah, blah. However, over time, one limitation has become apparent. The max cash stack is 2.4 sell. Bill? Yep. Today, we'd like to discuss a change in the Grand Exchange for that limit. Current max stack of the years. Yep. Typically, this includes manual one person, platinum tokens, very much trading higher. Third-party websites, Discord servers. Yeah, there's a lot of real-world trading that does happen. So this would alleviate that. RuneScape 3, if you wanted to buy something above max cash, you needed to use spirit shards. So on OSRS, people use these platinum tokens. Remove the protection and convenience. Yep. While these methods work, yes, increase the risk of scams. Very true. You're trading and you could very much fall into a scam. That is very true. Not to mention, let's say if you're doing a trade with someone above max cash stack, well, let's go ahead and say you maybe miscalculate something. Is the person going to say, hey, dude, you're giving me too little GP? Probably not. So this is very much factual here. Complicate price discovery for other players. Very true. How would this work? You would just get rid of the max cash stack, future GE, exploring several improvements. Okay, so basically, they're not there yet. This is where I actually love the the OSRS team, they're basically pretty much giving us something to really talk about, and understand that the OSRS team is very interactive to people like us, content creators. Friggin', oh man, something is in my eyeball right now. There's going to be a lot more discussions on this, and there's going to be a lot more voting, obviously. Nothing is bad. That's all relatively good things. Imagine if the U.S. government actually did this, how great, or I should say more great, America would be. Let alone if every government around the world actually, like, really, like, did this per se, actually poll the people, not like use politicians per se, actually legitimately, like, poll the people. So there's definitely going to be a lot more tweaks around this. But ultimately, what would this look like? The max cash stack goes away, and pretty much you just have, you basically, like, an item doesn't need to be stopped at 2.147 billion GP. It's definitely not a bad thing in my opinion. What would it mean for the OSRS economy? Well, the RS3 economy really just utterly soared during that time period when the max cash stack pretty much went away. So you can very much look at it in two different opinions. One, you can look at it as a good thing. It doesn't really affect your life. You can look at it as a bad thing because, let's say, maybe you're a new RuneScape player and you don't really have a lot of GP. So therefore, if items just go up even higher, well, you got a couple options. One, you can do a lot of skilling, or you can learn how to do raids and get a friggin' juicy raid drop, right? It's really one or two of those things, right? But otherwise, I'm going to wrap up today's episode with this. Let me know if you think this is a good thing, if it's a bad thing. Very much interested to hear from you all. Hopefully you all days are going well, especially for this Monday. New video tomorrow on the main channel. New video on here as well too. Stay tuned for future live streams as well also. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. Later.